Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation, and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. Let go of negative thinking and stop living for the weekend. With your host, Fran Excel.
Welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel, Mindset Coach, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. Now, my question for you, have you felt lonely since starting your business? This is a subject that keeps coming up for people at the moment. It's something I'm seeing left, right, and center. Entrepreneurs really struggling with feeling lonely, isolated, like they don't have a support network, someone to turn to, or someone to just chat to that can relate to what they're going through. Yeah. Now, this is also one of the reasons, one of the big reasons that I gave up on my first business, and a huge reason that I've done everything differently this time. As I'm preparing to go to a huge 3-day conference full of other like-minded entrepreneurs, it got me thinking, yes, it can be massively lonely if you're working on your own all day, but I never feel it, ever. I have an amazing network of people around me, and that's through my own community, paid communities that I'm in, networking, and making sure that I attend the right events. We've always got someone to turn to, and I genuinely have made lifelong friends who are through and through my besties. I really truly believe that this has been the best thing I could have done and the best way I could have built my business. So I'm going to share with you a few of my tips so you don't have to go through the same thing I did with my first business, where it ended up turning a dream and a passion, which was, I'm a trained silversmith, I made jewelry. It turned it into a very lonely chore. It wasn't pleasant. So the thing is you can be lonely even when you're surrounded by people. And the first thing I want you to know is that you are not alone in this at all. It's really very common, but there are lots of ways to make sure that it doesn't happen to you. So there are several reasons that we can feel lonely as a business owner. One is literally that you're just on your own all the time, right? It's a huge change. If you're used to being part of a team or in a bigger company, there's always someone to go talk to when you're in that situation. Always a water cooler moment to be had, nearby gossip at any moment. So when all of a sudden you don't get those natural breaks in the day, you can start to feel quite isolated and have a lot of conversations in your own head. Another one is that you don't have a support network of people who get where you're at and what you're going through. This can make the journey feel so much harder than it needs to. I've said this before, and you'll hear other people say, you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. And if none of those people are encouraging you, lifting you up, giving you feedback and supporting you in your business, it can again feel really isolating, feeling like you can't talk about this huge part of your life. It's really isolating. Feedback as well is something that we always have in a corporate job, and then all of a sudden you have none, and the self-doubt starts to creep in and you feel very just on your own. You know, you don't have anyone to bounce ideas off or ask their opinion like you would in a corporate job. So you can feel like you're just totally alone and shouting into the abyss, and it's not fun, right? And that's when the negative thoughts and feelings can really creep in, when you're only having an internal dialogue with yourself, which doesn't tend to be positive, as we know. There's plenty of other episodes that you can go back and check out on that, like the top 7 in entrepreneurial mindset gremlins is a big one, and how we self-sabotage. But it really doesn't have to be that way. And if you've been feeling it too, it can change from literally this moment right now. Okay, so here's a few ways to make sure that you're not lonely. One is find a community of people who are in your position, just like the Positive Pants community, obviously my one. A place that you can turn to when you're having a wobble and know that other people understand and get it, and that you're not alone. I absolutely find that paid for communities create an even deeper bond and support level. Exactly like I've seen in my Proactive Pants Mastermind and the paid communities that I'm in too. I'm in several. It's a place where you can go and know you're 100% supported and can quickly get through any of the wobbles and know someone will be there with advice, the answer to whatever you need, or a big old virtual hug. And there's even the option of remote co-working with people over something like Zoom, where it's as if you're basically in the same room together. Or you can just stop for a hot minute and have a coffee with someone like you would in your job. You'd go make yourself a cup of tea. You're the boss now. You get to do that whenever you want. Stop feeling guilty for taking a little break, because that's not what you got into this for. Now, the next thing I want you to have a think about is researching networking events in your area. Eventbrite and meetup.com are great resources for this, and there's a ton of others. It's just a simple Google search. I know a huge amount of you are introverts and feel your skin shudder at the thought of going to networking events, but I want you to remember how often I'm teaching and telling you to get out of it, encouraging you outside of your comfort zone. And this is one of those moments. If you're in a community, you may be able to find someone to go with you too. If you know, I do that all the time. I'll head to one of my paid for communities or a free one and say, is anyone going to this? You know, and I'll arrange to meet them there. So you always know that you've got someone. Last year I went to Upreneur and I didn't know anybody. This year I'm going to Upreneur and I know a ton of people, and I'm actually spoilt for choice with who I'm going to go and see. And that's an amazing feeling, because it's so supporting and so supportive to know that I've got that. You know, push yourself. You won't regret it. My entire 2018 strategy was to go to as many events as I could and meet as many people as I could. And let me tell you, it is a game changer. So please don't get held back by your fears of going to something like this, because genuinely it can change your business and change your life. Okay. The next thing you can do is research co-working spaces in your area. If you're in the sticks, this may not be available to you, but you can still do the virtual co-working that I mentioned before. If you're in a busy town or city, you will find with a quick Google search that there are a wealth of places you can go. You can create your own community. That's the next one. Or start your own networking event. So it's on your turf. You get a little bit more of that control back. Yeah. Next thing you can do, hire a coach or a mentor. Not only will you be consistently on track and get where you want to go so much quicker, but you will always know that you have someone to turn to. Obviously, depending on your coach or your mentor and their offer and how much access you get. But you see where I'm going with this. And that's why I structure mine in that particular way. So you can have access in the moment, in the wobbles. I want you to remember that community and collaboration over competition is so much more powerful. When you build a network, not only will you feel less lonely, love it. Not only will you feel less lonely, but your business will only benefit in a positive way. You can find clients, collaborators, people who will recommend you to others. It's a win-win for everybody. You know, I get invited to do trainings for people in their groups quite often. And that's from meeting people, networking with people. That's where the opportunities come from. Yeah. And you meet amazing, incredible, interesting people along the way. Now, another thing I want you to think about is do not forget to make sure you schedule in time with the people that matter the most to you. You didn't get into this so you would stop seeing friends and family. That's the important stuff in life. And most of us got into this so we could have more of that, not less. You know, it's something that should be prioritized. If you're silently saying to yourself, you don't have time, then you really need to go listen to the episode, I think it's 11, on how to find more time in your day, because it is a game changer. We have a tendency to, there's two ways this works. You have a tendency to find more time, and you always have a tendency to find more money. It depends what the priority is for you. Yeah, we always have ways to do that. You see it time and time again. So just please understand that when you're feeling down or feeling on your own, reach out. You do not have to feel on your own. Find your people, because they are out there and they are out there waiting for you. So I hope that was really helpful, but it's something that has been coming up time and time again at the moment. And I'm seeing it. I love it when I see people reach out going, do you know what? I'm feeling a bit rubbish today. I could do with a 5-minute break. I could do with someone to have a chat to. I could, you know, and even if, so you'd be like this. just sitting there with someone else, but knowing that they're there with you and they're in the same boat. There are a ton of people out there who are in exactly the same situation as you, but loneliness is very real, and it can very quickly head down the depression route if you don't make sure that you sort it. It's something that is really, really common with entrepreneurs. So you've got to watch out for it. If you're starting to feel isolated, if you're starting to feel lonely, that's when you need to get out and about.